May the divine lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace.
This is a Hindi bhajan. The meaning goes like this. Has anyone ever seen such a vision that baby Krishna playing on the lap of Mother Chandramani? The village of Kamarpukur has been sanctified by the divine advent of Gadadhar. Many suffering beings are liberated by seeing such a scene. Sri Narayan came in disguised form so no one could recognize him. Along came Mother Lakshmi in form of Sharadama. The word spread all over this divine advent of amazing divine play, a prayer offering to Sri Ramakrishna. देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई, देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई। चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हाई, चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हाई। देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई, देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई। कामरपुकुर धन्य हुआ रे गदाधर के आगमन से, कामरपुकुर धन्य हुआ रे गदाधर के आगमन से। बार हुए पापी तापी मानव रूपी हरि दर्शन से, पार हुए पापी तापी मानव रूपी हरि दर्शन से। शारदा का रूप लेके लक्ष्मी जी भी साथ आई, शारदा का रूप लेके लक्ष्मी जी भी साथ आई। देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई, देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई। चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हाई, चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हाई। देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई, देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई। गोलकधारी नारायण की कैसी लीला वो ही जाने, गोलकधारी नारायण की कैसी लीला वो ही जाने। धारण किया रूप ऐसा कोई न उनको पहचाने, धारण किया रूप वैसा कोई न उनको पहचाने। लाख वो छुपाए फिर भी बत्तियाँ ये छुप ना पाए, लाख वो छुपाए फिर भी बत्तियाँ ये छुप ना पाए। देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई, देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई। चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हा ये, चंद्रमणि मैया जी के गोद में खेले कान्हा ये। देखी नहीं ऐसी लीला नहीं देखी रे भाई।
I'm reading from the book Swami Subodhananda, Life Teachings, Reminiscences and Letters. This particular topic or reminiscence is by Swami Videhananda. Khoka Maharaj, what everybody in the Belur Math used to call Swami Subodhananda, was truly a khoka, like a child. What childlike simplicity he had. He enjoyed playing with children. I will narrate a small incident. It is very ordinary, but it illustrates Khoka Maharaj's childlike nature. This happened at the Ranchi ashram sometime during August-September, the season where trees are full of rose apples. One of the trees in the ashrama bore a large quantity of the fruit, many of which fell on the ground. Small children, as is their wont, were one day gathering and eating these fruits. Khoka Maharaj joined them and started picking up the rose apples from the ground and eating them. When a brahmachari saw this, he asked Khoka Maharaj in surprise, "Maharaj, why are you eating rose apples in this way?" "Small rose apples help to cure diabetes," Khoka Maharaj said in reply. He then began to laugh like a little child and continued to gobble up the rose apples. At Belur Math one day, Khoka Maharaj sat on a revolving chair. Pushing on the ground with his feet, he started spinning round and round on it. His room was next to that of Mahapurush Maharaj, who then was also sitting in a chair watching everything. Mahapurush Maharaj stood up and went to Khoka Maharaj and began to clap his hands and sing, "Khoka is going round and round, Khoka is going round and round." Hearing this, Khoka Maharaj started spinning faster and faster. At that time, Khoka Maharaj was about 60 years old and Mahapurush Maharaj was even older than him. All those who witnessed the childlike behavior of these two great souls were indeed blessed. Let me now tell you about another side of Khoka Maharaj's character. Once during the summer season, he was sitting facing the Ganga in an easy chair on the veranda near Swamiji's room. A brahmachari was fanning him. Maharaj asked him, "Did you notice that the boats were traveling at a great speed during high tide?" Brahmachari, "Yes, Maharaj." Khoka Maharaj, "One should similarly progress speedily in spiritual life by performing intense spiritual practices. In the life of every spiritual aspirant, there comes a time of high tide when he has a great desire to perform spiritual practices. At that time, he should be up and doing, without practicing austerities and leading the life of a wandering monk for at least some time. Monastic life doesn't grow properly." Here is the reading.
Now a short period of meditation. Welcome to the Sunday service of the Vedanta Society of Toronto, and good morning to all of you. Today is a special day and auspicious day too. It's called Hari Bodhani Ekadashi. On this day, on this tithi actually, was Swami Subodhananda was born as Subodhananda Ghosh. It was in 1867, and the English calendar date, according to Gregorian calendar, was November 8 that day. Today is November 2. And Swami Subodhananda in his life was characterized by his simplicity, as we knew. He was so simple, like a child throughout his life, but with all his profound spiritual wealth. And his mere touch, his mere presence was elevating for the people who came in touch with him. True religion is realized by those who are simple like a child. Jesus said, except A be converted and become as little children, A shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Children means people are simple in thought, speech, and action, and are same as they think so that they speak. They are far from complexities and hypocrisy. That is the sign of childlike simplicity. And all saints are so simple. The example of simplicity is Sri Ramakrishna himself. He was so simple. If someone said, please don't tell to others that it has been done, Sri Ramakrishna will come and tell to that person, I have been told not to tell you this thing. That was his simplicity. In fact, Mathur Babu told him, please don't tell my wife that I have come to here, like that, some places he went. And Sri Ramakrishna met his wife, Mathur Babu's wife, and said, Mathur Babu took me to some place, and he said me, don't tell to my wife, now I'm telling this thing to you. So that was simplicity of Subodhanandaji's Guru. As Guru, so disciple. So he was also very simple. In fact, all were very simple. Swami Vivekananda was tremendously simple personality. So sweet. Without simplicity, the sweetness doesn't come. Sweetness, approachableness, that we all can approach and talk and mix and ask any type of question without any fear, without any hesitation. That is approachableness comes from the simplicity of the person. And that simplicity is a characteristic of all sages and saints. They are very simple in nature. Subodhanandaji, why it is called that he had a childlike simplicity? There are many incidents in his life. So he came to know about Sri Ramakrishna from his father, who was, though worshipping the Divine Mother, but was connected with Brahmo Samaj. There was a huge wave of Brahmo Samaj movement was there. All young, educated, thinking people were somehow connected with the thought of Brahmo Samaj, who didn't like image worship, but who wanted to revive Hinduism, its philosophical aspect. But this Krishna Das Ghosh, Subodhanandaji's father, was the owner of Kali temple, famous, very ancient Kali temple in Thantania in Kolkata, in College Street. And that Thantania Kali temple is Siddheshwari Kali temple is called. Even before Kali Ghat Kali temple, this temple was there, some few centuries ago, oldest Kali temple in Kolkata. And it was worshipped by their ancestor. Shankar Ghosh was the priest. So they were using, and there is a place, this lane is called Shankar Ghosh Lane in the name of his ancestor of Subodhananda Ghosh. So his Subodh's father, Krishnadas Ghosh, once told to Subodh that Sri Ramakrishna met with Keshav Sen, whom Keshav Sen was admired by his father. All people admired Keshav Sen. And he talked like this, and he heard about Sri Ramakrishna from Keshav Sen. And they to publish Sri Ramakrishna's conversation and talks and about incidents in the journal, this Brahmo Samaj used to publish that. And there was one book also published, it's called Sri Ramakrishna Dever Ukti. It is the sayings of Sri Ramakrishna in Bengali, written by Suresh Chandra Datta, whom Sri Ramakrishna called Surender, he used to call him. So he published that, and Subodhanandaji was presented that book by his father, Krishnadas Ghosh. Now Subodhanandaji was a school child. So at that time it happened, even he was like teenager, like 17, 18, 19 years. His father said, I want to give you in marriage, wedding. So I'm searching for a girl. If you get good results, good numbers, I will give you in marriage. Subodhananda said, no, I don't want to get married. I will not get married. He said, okay, you are saying now, later on we'll see. And he was really afraid of getting good results, and he started neglecting his studies so that he doesn't get good result in the exam, so he doesn't have to get married. So that was Subodhanandaji's childhood life. People want to get married to get good studies and get good marks. He was a different kind of person altogether. Like people want to get highest ranks in exam. And there was Swami Vijnananda, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple, youngest disciple. Subodhanandaji was the second youngest. Youngest disciple, who actually he was the highest, brightest boy in the class. And he just dropped that year in Pune, in engineering college in Pune. What happened, there was another person who was to come second. And by getting second, he won't get a stipend, a scholarship. He was a poor person. He said, you are the brightest boy. So next year I won't get a scholarship because I can't beat you. You are so bright and best. So what to do? This is my luck. Then that year somehow Swami Vijnananda, who was not Vijnananda, Hari Prasanna Ghosh, Hari Prasanna Chatterjee, he didn't appear in exam just to let that boy get stipend and get first in the class. Like that sacrifice these great persons can do. Great sacrifice is nothing for them to sacrifice. As we know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a great scholar of his time of the Nabya Nyaya, the branch of logic, Sanskrit logic, brightest new type of branch they have found out in their area in Navadvip. And he had written a commentary, new type of thesis on Nyaya, logic. And he once was traveling with his friend in the boat, and he started reading from his own manuscript what he had written about the Nyaya. And listening to that, his friend, who was also a bright scholar, he became very long-faced, sad. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga, he asked, didn't you like my this thing? Is there any flaw in my explanation? He said, no, it is the best. I have never heard that. Then why are you not happy? He should be happy your friend has written so well. Actually, he said, the friend said to Gora, actually I was also writing commentary on Nyaya. And I thought I'm writing quite good. I didn't tell you, I didn't reveal it to you. Now I find after hearing your commentary, nobody will ever read my commentary. It has been surpassed in all ways what I have written and thought and expressed. So that all labor will go in vain. Yours is so nice, it's wonderful, best. Hearing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a bundle of that manuscript and put in the Ganga. For him, this sacrifice was nothing, so that his friend's name remain best and he gets the glory. Like that is the sacrifice of those people. So Subodhananda, after reading that, once he wanted to see Sri Ramakrishna. He went with his friend, Khirod Ghosh, his friend, and walked a lot from his place in Tantania to walk to Dakshineswar. It was a long walk. And he walked, and still place didn't come. Then he asked, how far is Dakshineswar? We have come so far. Oh, you are going to Dakshineswar. You have already crossed Dakshineswar, come far away in Aryadha, far away. You have to go back. Now U-turn. After we go to, on our route, GPS we put, and sometimes you miss the exit. And it goes far away. Now you have to come back. Now U-turn. After 15 miles, then take a U-turn. Like that from Aryadha, they had to take all the way, walk to Sri Ramakrishna. That was the first meeting with Sri Ramakrishna. And two persons came. Subodh said to his friend, we are going to see Paramahamsa. We don't know what type of person, great sages they are. I don't know the etiquette and attitude, how to meet them. You go first and meet him. He stood outside the threshold of the door and said, door was open, and sent Khirod inside. Khirod did pranam, and Sri Ramakrishna saw someone standing out. Hey, who are you out? Come in. He called him in and said, don't you belong to Shankar Ghosh family? Then Subodh was surprised. How does he know me? He said, have you been there? How do you know me? Oh, I have visited your place. I used to go to the temple. Sri Ramakrishna, before coming to Dakshineswar, he used to live near the Tanthania area. And I used to go to your place long before you were born. And I knew that you will be coming to this place. Mother told me, mother has already shown me that one from this family will be coming. You knew that I would be coming, then why didn't you bring me earlier? He said, everything happens in time, my boy, said Sri Ramakrishna. So that Subodh was very frank and like he had no hesitation to speak, also with Sri Ramakrishna also. And with that, Sri Ramakrishna came and said, come and sit near me and come on my bed. He made him sit on his bed. That was Sri Ramakrishna held his hand and said, you have great future, you will do a lot of work, so don't worry, and I found about you. Then he asked him to go and meditate, and he told him how to meditate, how to sit cross-legged, Sukhasana, and said, go and meditate on the steps of Shiva temple. There is Shiva temple just outside Sri Ramakrishna's room in Dakshineswar. He went into deep samadhi, and Sri Ramakrishna touched his from navel to his heart, and he saw visions of the divine and went into deep samadhi there. Later, after some time, Sri Ramakrishna went and made him come to the normal plane. And did you see some vision? Yes, I saw a divine vision. I saw a light. I feel so much joy, happiness. Very first visit, can one be like so deep in meditation? All were already prepared. They're all the apostles of the divine incarnation. So that was this thing. Then he said to Khoka, come on a Tuesday or a Saturday. They are Madhubara. Madhu means sweet, auspicious days in a week dedicated to the Divine Mother. These Tuesdays and Saturdays are very auspicious for the Divine Mother as well as for the Hanuman also. And they come, he said, I can't promise you that I will come, like that. In his second visit, he came again to the Master, this time also, and he had to talk with Sri Ramakrishna. And later on, he said, go, and second visit, he said to Subodh, go and meet M. Mahendranath Gupta. So why should I go to him? He is a householder. Actually, he was his teacher. He was his headmaster, principal. So what will I learn from him? So I will learn from, he wants to know about renunciation. He doesn't have, he's not renounced. He is a householder, has children, has work. He is a teacher in the school. Why should I go to him? Sri Ramakrishna was very happy to see the liking of Subodh for renunciation. But he said, go there. He will not talk anything about himself. He will talk only about here, about my teaching, what I have spoken to you. And one day, Master M came to Sri Ramakrishna on 31st August 1885, and Sri Ramakrishna said about Khirod and Subodh, and said, invite them. So M invited them to their house. When Subodh went there, see the simplicity like Sri Ramakrishna. He said to M about what he had said to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna wanted me to come to you. Then I said to him, why should I go to him? He is a householder. He has the duties, responsibilities. What will I learn about spirituality from him? And he said, no, he will talk about me only, about here. So that he expressed without any hesitation to the person whom have got to meet him. And he was his teacher at the time. That was simplicity of Subodhananda. And Master was pleased, M was pleased. And he said, yes, I live beside the ocean of knowledge and bliss. And I have some pitchers filled with that knowledge and bliss. Whoever comes, I serve only that. That is the only thing I can give. So that was how they meet. And M said, when I had studied and did my degrees, masters in subjects, I thought academic knowledge is the highest knowledge. After meeting Sri Ramakrishna and talking to him, then I realized academic knowledge is nothing. It doesn't remove your ignorance. Spiritual knowledge is the real knowledge. Actually, that is the thing. That knowledge is true knowledge, said M to Subodh, which removes ignorance and helps to attain Brahman. As it is said in the Vedas, sa vidya ya vimuktaye. Subodhananda to Sri Ramakrishna once he started coming now sometimes, and he said one day, can one really see God? As Swami Vivekananda had asked, sir, have you seen God? And Sri Ramakrishna had said, I see God. And I see him more intensely, and I can also show him to you. You also can see him. And Subodhananda also like that. He was not aware of what Swami Narendranath and Sri Ramakrishna had happened in 1882. It is now in 1885 happening. Can one really see God? So Sri Ramakrishna said, yes, one can see God. Like two people walking together, God walks with them, God walks with the devotee, God talks with the devotee. It is real that happens. Sri Ramakrishna, after developed the cancer, and in September 18, it was in August 1885, September 1885, he moved to Kashipur. Subodh is to go to meet him and is to talk to him. There in Kashipur, once Sri Ramakrishna said to Subodh, can you copy this song? And the song was Sitapati Ramachandra Raghupati Raghurai. It is a Hindi song composed by great Saint Tulsi Das. Subodh said, no, my handwriting is too bad, I cannot copy. Sri Ramakrishna, what is there bad or good? Please copy. And he flatly refused, no, I cannot copy, and he did not. He did not, that was his nature. What he liked, he would do. What he didn't like, he wouldn't do. That was Subodh. Later, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Subodh joined Boranagar Monastery and took sannyasa and became Swami Subodhananda. Names of these all monks were given by Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, for himself, he had taken the name Swami Vividishananda. He used to, at that time, and also used to have the Vivekananda and Satchidananda, the three names he used to use for himself, and for others, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Premananda, Swami Ramakrishnananda. That was his most favorite name. He wanted to have the name Swami Ramakrishnananda, but he saw this Sashi Maharaj, Sashi Bhushan Chakravarti, he served Sri Ramakrishna so much. When he was alive, when he was sick, after he passed away, then also he served the urn where Sri Ramakrishna's ashes were kept as the living presence of Sri Ramakrishna. Seeing that love and service of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda sacrificed his most dear name to his brother disciple. This is for you. For me, any other name is fine. That was the sacrifice of Swami Vivekananda. So, Subodh Chandra Ghosh became Swami Subodhananda. After Sri Ramakrishna passed away and he became sannyasa, then he started pilgrimage. That was the thing. He started, he used to read book, do a lot of japam, and then he went with Swami Brahmananda, he went to pilgrimage in 1889 and went to many places. He went to Varanasi, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Vrindavan, and later on he went even to Kedar and Badri also he went. In Haridwar he became quite sick, and he became sick and fever for 2 months. Fever was not alighting, and he had become so weak, and one day he wanted to drink some water, but he couldn't lift the pitcher, and he just fainted there. Then he said to Sri Ramakrishna, nobody is taking care of me. What is that? Where are you? Sri Ramakrishna came in the dream and said, what do you want? You want attendant? You want money? What do you want? And said, no, I want you only. I don't want anything. But next day in Haridwar, when after sick, one young monk comes, can I serve you? He said, no, I don't need your service. For me, serving Sri Ramakrishna is taking care. Another day, one person comes to him and say, I am a devotee of Mother Durga. Mother Durga said to me, go and serve that person instead of doing your tapasya here in Brahmakunda. So to him also he said, I don't need your service. Thank you very much for offering. And by that, his faith and trust in the constant care by Sri Ramakrishna remained intact. He was he loved traveling to different pilgrimages, different places. He went to South India once. And South India, he gave a talk there on sannyasa and brahmacharya at Young Man's Hindu Association. Like that Young Man's Christian Association, there was one Young Man's Hindu Association in there, and it was admired how this sannyasa is the relinquishing all your personal desires and attachments, and a great ideal to serve God and to serve mankind. That was he gave in 1897. It was much after. But before that, there are many incidents with Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda loved this Khoka Maharaj because he was so simple, like a child. Nobody had any hesitation and talked to him. He was very approachable to Swami Vivekananda, whom others were really could not frequently visit and so easily approach, other brother disciples. Because he used to go, sometimes Swami Vivekananda used to go in very serious mood. So, Swami Subodhananda used to avoid women. Then Swami Vivekananda said, why don't you mix with women and talk to them? We said, no. Then he didn't reply, but he said, you should mix with women and tell them about Sri Ramakrishna, about spirituality. Otherwise, where will they go? How will they learn? That was Sri Ramakrishna's teaching to Swami Subodhananda. Swami Vivekananda was also had a lot of wit was there. Once he said that he doesn't like mixing with women, and he had American devotees, American disciples, and said to Swami Subodhananda, when these American disciples say you thank you, you say, I don't care. Subodhananda didn't know not much of English, and they said something happened, they said thank you, and they said, I don't care. They were very perplexed. What type of this reply and this thing is? So then later on, Swami Vivekananda revealed, actually I had taught him like that. So all they laughed, it's full of joy that, it was all fun of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda wanted his brother monks to be trained in public speaking. That was one of the things. Do japam, do tapasya, work for the ashram, work for the people, and also spread the message of Vedanta to the people. And he wanted to train all people. Now, one by one, every week they had to speak something on the given topic. So then now Swami Subodhananda time comes. He says, I am not learned, others are quite learned, others were university students. But Swami Subodhananda even didn't pass his high school. So he said, no, I don't want to give talk. But Swami Vivekananda insisted. It was not like with Sri Ramakrishna. He said, I won't copy Sitapati, Ramachandra, and Sri Ramakrishna will let go. Swami Vivekananda had to force. He was a leader, he was a taskmaster, he had to prepare the Sangha. He said, no, you have to give. Everyone has to give talk. Then he said, I don't know anything. Go stand on the stage and just say that, I don't know anything. So he had to go. Trembling he went. And he was trembling, but when he went at this stage, whole world started trembling. The earthquake happened. And he all ran out and he didn't have to speak, he was saved. And Swami Vivekananda made fun of that. Oh, Subodh gave Khoka, he used to call him Khoka. Khoka gave such a world-shaking lecture today. The whole world shook because of his lecture. He didn't have to speak anything because that earthquake came in 1890, which year that was. Earthquake came and everyone didn't have to speak. Swami Vivekananda loved Subodhananda very much, and he once asked Subodhananda, ask for a boon, what you want. He said, what boon should I want? Sri Ramakrishna has given me anything. No, I'm very happy with you. Ask something, whatever you want, you ask. And I'm ready to grant that. Swami Vivekananda had the power. He said, okay, if you want to give me, see that I don't miss a cup of tea every day, any day. So that was his asking. Like Radhu went to king's palace and in Rameswaram, Ramanadapuram. And king opened the treasures for Holy Mother. Mother, take whatever you want, jewels, gold, whatever you want, take. Mother said, what will I do with the jewel? If then just to please that king, if she's just flatly refusing, it will be insult to the king. If Radhu wants something, she can ask. Now Holy Mother was trembling. If Radhu asked some precious gems and all that, she started praying to Sri Ramakrishna, may Radhu want nothing, may Radhu want nothing. Then Radhu saw that, and what will I do with that all stones and shining things? My pencil is broken, can you give me one pencil? He said to the king. She said to the king. Like that, here also, that Subodh says, can you make sure that I get a cup of tea every day? So Swami Vivekananda says, okay, granted. Subodhanandaji used to love tea so much, and when Sri Ramakrishna got sick, cancer, throat cancer, and he had pain in throat. He said all treatment was done, Mahendralal Sarkar, famous doctor coming, giving medicine. So many doctors were in case. And Subodhananda says, it will not go by that way. Then how will it go? You should drink tea. It removes all disease. It is panacea for everything. When you drink tea, every drop of tea becomes a drop of blood. That's what he was saying. He was so much fond of tea. It was a very new thing coming in India at that time. But he was very fond of tea. And in Subodhananda's life, after Swami Vivekananda said that you will get tea, he every day got tea. One day it happened, somehow he missed tea in the morning. And whole day there was no tea. And now no tea coming, it is already night, supper happened, dinner. Somewhere he was traveling somewhere. Then he had no idea that he missed or that. Suddenly one family was nearby and they brought, Swamiji, would you like a cup of tea? Tea was not there. One lady, household lady, family, unknown family, she offered the tea. Subodhananda then remembered Swami Vivekananda's boon and his grace that you will not miss a cup of tea any day. That day also he got a cup of tea. That was Swamiji's boon and his blessing and his grace. And he got tea every day, he said. In Belur Math, as I said, Swami Vivekananda used to be quite serious in his studies and all the plans. He knew his life was short, had a great responsibility of establishing the Math, and new order, new dharma. What Sri Ramakrishna had started, it has to roll on. Dharma Chakra Parivartana that Sri Ramakrishna had started, he had just begun. Now another person has to revolve the Dharma Chakra Parivartana. All responsibility on Swami Vivekananda. And somehow he had the premonition that his life is not too long. He will go very short. And he had to establish everything. So he was very serious and grave. And then one day people are waiting in dining hall to eat, all brother monks. He was not coming. He was drowned in reading some book. He was so much voracious reader. And he was on the bed lying, and on his belly he was lying and reading the book. Nobody dared to call him. Even Brahmananda, who was closest friend of Swami Vivekananda, he could not dare to disturb him. And they sent Subodh, Khoka, go and bring Swamiji. Khoka went there, said, Swamiji, knocked the door, no response. Then he went there and closed the book. Swamiji saw who could do that, saw Khoka. All his anger was gone, no anger. And he said, what did he do? I was reading very serious thing somewhere. Where I was reading, how do I know now? You just closed the book. He says, I'm not that fool. I have already noted the page where it was. So he's Khoka, before closing the book, he noted which page he was seeing. He said, dear, here you were reading. Now come, let us have dinner together. So he brought Swami Vivekananda. That was simplicity of Khoka, that everybody melted in his power of his simplicity. It's so powerful. And Swami Subodhananda had to travel to many places. He traveled to Tripura and East Bengal, and he gave initiation also to people. In 1925, he gave initiation to many people in East Bengal without any distinction. To everyone equally he gave, and he was very much loved by the people. There's one very nice story of Kusum in somewhere it's written, you might have read, I've told in many places. Story of Kusum, his disciple widow in Ranchi, that I'm not relating here now. At Belur Math, when he came back, now getting old, now he was very known as for his kindness and friendliness to all. And all brahmacharis, all center around Swami Subodhananda. When they had any problem, one day one brahmachari had something mistake done, and authorities said, now you have to leave the ashram, you cannot go beg the food and eat outside. So he went outside and got some toasted chickpeas and then ate and could not enter the house. Then somehow Swami Subodhananda knew the thing. He went out, brought him, talked with the authorities, his senior brother monks, and he said, and made him again re-enter the Belur Math. Like that, forgiving, helping others, that was his very nature of Swami Subodhananda, everywhere. In Belur Math, he used to get up early in the morning, at 3:30 in the morning. At 4 o'clock, he used to go when he started living in his old days. And 4 o'clock, our Mangala Arati happens at 4 a.m. Now also it continues today also. Earlier in Subodhananda's time, it was the old shrine, going upstairs, and that shrine is there, old shrine we call. There was the Mangalarati. At 4 he would go to Mangalarati. After that he was to come again to veranda. Subodhananda stayed near Swami Vivekananda's room. That was the monk's quarter. There was another monk's quarter. Swami Shivananda is to one place near the shrine, and Swami Brahmananda's room was near Swami Vivekananda's room. In that house only, it's called the Mutt House, it is called. There Swami Subodhananda used to stay. He used to sometime go to his room after in the morning, or sit on an easy chair on that veranda, eastern veranda, where Swami Vivekananda was walking one day. That incident is there when Swami Vivekananda was alive. He was walking in that veranda, dead at night, 1:30 or 2 a.m. And Swami Vijnananda was there. He said, Swamiji, what happened? You are not getting sleep? He said, patient, I was sleeping, but somehow I got up. Some calamity has happened somewhere in the world. Next day, they found in the newspaper, the big earthquake happened in South America, and many people have died of that earthquake. And that effect, seismographic effect, was there in the heart of Swami Vivekananda, which made him get up from the sleep. So, like that was, he used to sit there, look at the Ganga, and see in the morning that he used to say and talk. Sometimes once that came, flood tide came, and the boats were moving quite fast, the sailboats, and he said to Brahmacharis, see, they are moving so fast. One should also try hard to have fast growth in spirituality by practicing hard, like they used to give example like that. Swami Khoka Maharaj caught tuberculosis when he was old age. That was so common. Any disease, any common disease, there was no medicine. That had come, antibiotic had come just few days ago. 1927, the Fleming had discovered that medicine, penicillin, but streptomycin has not yet come. So there was no medicine for tuberculosis. And he was sick, lying there. Doctor had come to check Swami Shivananda. Shivananda said, please go to that room and check that boy. So the doctor goes there and he sees no boys lying there in any bed. And he comes back, Swamiji, there is no boy. No one there you saw? Yeah, I saw one old Swami sleeping there, but we were saying boy. Arey, that is Khoka, that is the boy. They used to call him Khoka. Everyone treated him like a child. Even Brahmachari was so free to Swami Subodhananda. That is Khoka, please go and check him how he is doing. So he became really sick. And one day just few days before he passed away, he had a dream. In the dream, he saw Swami Yogananda, Swami Premananda, Swami Brahmananda were all passed away. And he saw there all of them. Then he asked them, where is Swami Vivekananda? Why can't I see you among you? Then he said, Swami Vivekananda will not be among us. He is so great, he is so far away, so high. His reason to stay is somewhere too far away from us. He is not like us. That is what Swami Turi Anandji had said once, the story about a fish, that baby fish were playing with the shadow of moon in water. And they were all enjoying the moon there among them. And at the morning happened, the moon set. Moon set was there, and moon was gone. Then they complained to mother fish, where our friend gone? We're so happy to play with him. So that your friend is not of this earth. He lives quite high. He is not among you. You thought he is one of you. But that was the shadow of that. It was the reflection of that moon. It is not your friend. And Swami Turiyan said, that is what Swami Vivekananda exactly is. He lived among us. He was one of us. But he is not of our region. He is far high. His region is that high. And that vision, that dream was seen by Swami Subodhananda Khoka Maharaj. Like that he became sick and he had pain. And then on the last day, on December 2, 1932 in Belur Math itself, so he was lying and he was seeing at the picture of Thakurma Swamiji in his room. And he smiled seeing them. And the attendant Brahmachari asked, Maharaj, do you see Sri Ramakrishna? Then he nodded. And then saw again, and his eyes rolled from left to right, and beautiful smile came on his face, and he closed his eyes, and he passed away to the lap of Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. And the time was 3:05 p.m. It was Friday, December 2, 1932. What a luster of all spiritual fragrance these all great and disciples of apostles they bring, like all the 12 apostles of Jesus. Similarly, 16 apostles of Sri Ramakrishna all bring the good message of good hope, the path to spirituality. Through their life they spread that, and that is so powerful. Through books and stories we get that, and it changes and it makes our life spiritually inclined and purifies our heart. That is the power of divine living of this divine group of Sri Ramakrishna and his 16 divine disciples who lived in this world, and whose fragrance will remain there for a long time, for ages to come. Swami Vivekananda said, Sri Ramakrishna, this Ramakrishna missions, this growth will be continuing for 1,500 years, like that Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda prophesied sometimes. That doesn't mean in 1,500 years it will be all over. Like a continuing growth, we find anyone great soul, great incarnation has come, his impression is not deleted. Jesus still lives, Buddha still lives, Rama and Krishna, they are still living souls. Like Sri Ramakrishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all they are the living presence, and their stories of them and their great disciples still continues and inspires us. Seems that when we read about Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother used to do 100,000 times japam every day. We think it is impossible for us. Sri Ramakrishna used to go into samadhi now and on, again and again. For us it is impossible. We don't have even deep meditation, forgetting ourselves, that doesn't happen. But these disciples, they come so low to this our level, to inspire us. Though all coming from the same realm of that group of to establish dharma, to guide the people. And they seem that we can follow them, we can try to be like them. They give us hope. That is the life of these great saints that inspires us to grow in spirituality, to be like them, simple in our heart, truthful in our speech, and loving in our behavior and attitude towards all without distinction. Today, on this auspicious day of the birthday of Swami Subodhananda, today's birthday, I pray to Thakur Ma, Swamiji, Buddha and Jesus, and Swami Subodhananda, that may they all grace us and we become spiritually enlightened and transform our life with all our angularities and all sharpness in our life to the smoothness of spiritual life. That is my prayer. Like they say, when you try to become spiritual, you are like a piece of rock that fell in the Ganga in the Himalayas, where the Ganga starts. And that rock starts rolling with the flow of the water. And it comes to the plain, he found that rock. There is no more angular, there is no sharpness in that. Now that rock has turned into smooth pebble. And that was conquered, that rock with all angularities, broken piece of rock from that small piece of rock from the huge rock is called conquered. Now this has become into pebble, smooth, nice, lovely, shining, and this is called Shankar. So conquered becomes Shankar by the grace of Mother Ganga, by the effort of Mother Ganga. The Mother Ganga's effort as our spiritual practice, may it turn us all into, from conquered into Shankar. May you all become spiritually enlightened. That's my prayer to Swami Subodhananda. Maybe those who love tea, may pray to him that may give me our spirituality and purity of mind also. May we not tea by your grace. You prayed, Swami, you got the grace from Swami Vivekananda. I think we can get that blessing from you. See that we don't miss our cup of tea. Or maybe you can extend up to a cup of coffee every day. Thank you.
On behalf of the Vedanta Society of Toronto, I would like to thank all of you for attending the service today. Now for some announcements of our upcoming events. Our regular scripture class will be on Friday, November 7th at 7:30 p.m. Swami will be speaking or discussing the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Our regular Sunday service will be on November 9th at 11 a.m. and Swami will be speaking on practice of Karma Yoga. Holy Mother's birthday celebration will be held on Thursday, December 11th. Please visit our website for any updates and on the progress of the construction that's around the building and also events at the center. At the end of the service, those who wish to continue their spiritual discussion may do so upstairs in the dining hall area, leaving the prayer hall free for those who wish to contemplate and meditate on the life and teachings of Swami Subodhananda. After the closing chant, please join us upstairs for prasad. Thank you.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Mahamai Ki Jai. Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Buddha Ki Jai. Jai Isha Musha Ki Jai. Jai Swami Subodhananda Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Sarvastaratu Durgani Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu Sarvasad Buddhimapnotu Sarvatra Nandatu. Hari Om Tat Sat. May all be freed from dangers. May all realize what is good. May all be actuated by noble thoughts. May all rejoice everywhere. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all.